What's good, Washington fans? So I just wanted to give our free agency a grade. It has been a week since free agency started, man. Ron has been a thief in the night. All these late night moves, 11 o'clock at night, he signs Fitzmagic, Then he signs Will Jackson at like 10 o'clock at night. Then he signs Curtis Samuel at 8:45 or like 8:30 at night. So I remember I was asleep, woke up to the Fitzmagic news. And then I almost fell asleep when we signed Will Jackson. And then I was dozing off. I was going to take a little cat nap at night. And then we signed Curtis Samuel. So, been a lot of late night moves with Ron Rivera. So, just want to give this a grade. Of course, I don't want to leave out David Mayo and Tyler Larson's, those guys. Those are some death moves. So, I'm not really going to grade those moves, to be honest with you. I'll probably grade the three main moves that we made to upgrade our team. And I thought we got better. I really do. I think we got better at almost at the skill positions of wide receiver. We got better. Cornerback, we got better. Quarterback, we did it. I'll say we improved. We improved. And when I heard the Fitzmagic news, when I woke up to that, I wasn't the happiest camper, to be honest with you. I really wasn't, because we all know that he's known to turn the football over. That's what he does. He's turnover prone. He throws interceptions. That's what we know Fitzmagic to do. Either he's Fitzmagic or he's Fitztragic. He's been one either or. He hasn't really been in the middle. But the past few years, he's actually been pretty darn good. In 2020, he was the fifth highest QBR. 2018, he had the eighth highest QBR. And then also in 2018, he was number one in yards per pass attempt. So the last couple of years, he has been playing well. The Dolphins, he was 4-3, had them on the way to the playoffs. But, if he didn't, he contracted the virus and couldn't play in that last game against the Bills. And Tua Tagovailoa had to start. And that just went tragic, and they lost that game. But Fitzmagic was playing well last year. And I know some Dolphins fans. Shout out to my guy Chad. We did the draft stream a couple years ago. He's a big Dolphins fan. And he said Fitzmagic was good last year. Now, I'm going to take his word for it. Now, like I said, there's good Fitzmagic and there's Fitztragic. I know that. But I think he's a good leader. He's a vocal leader. His teammates love him. I heard agents like their guys, their wide receivers, to sign with him or play with him because he gives them a 50-50 chance. He's going to throw the ball downfield. He's not scared to make plays. He's not scared to turn the ball over. Sometimes it's going to be a good thing. Sometimes it's going to be a bad thing. So the contract is 1 year, $10 million with incentives. It goes up to $12 million. I think that's if he starts a number of games or something like that. Of course, it technically is a competition with Taylor Heineke and Kyle Allen. Do I think one of those guys could beat him out? Maybe Heineke could beat him out. Who knows? I like Taylor Heineke a lot. I think he showed a lot in that playoff game. I think he showed a lot of moxie. He was fearless in that game. He played his butt off. I mean, Taylor Heineke, he got an A+ grade from me in that playoff game. And diving in the end zone, all that. We already know the story with Taylor Heineke. I think he can play. If he can stay healthy, I think he really could be a starting quarterback in the NFL. That's just my opinion on Taylor Heineke. But to give it a grade, Taylor, what's his name? Fitzmagic has never made a playoff game. He's never made it to the playoffs. He's been on 8 teams, former 7th-round pick. He's been known to be a loser, 59, 86, and 1 as a starter. He is nothing more than a stopgap quarterback. So there's pros and cons to the move. That he's going to throw the ball downfield. He's going to get the ball to Terry McLaurin. He's going to get the ball to Curtis Samuel. He's going to get the ball to Calvin Harmon, whoever we draft. Hope maybe Rashad Bateman or somebody else. Who knows? But to give this a grade, I gave it like a C minus. But after sleeping on it, thinking about it, and the moves that we made with Curtis Samuel, knowing in the draft that we will draft another wide receiver, probably draft another tight end as well. I'm giving it a B. I give it a B now because you look at the options. There was Andy Dalton. There was Mitchell Trubisky. We were linked to Mitchell Trubisky, and I would have been not a happy camper if we would have signed Mitchell Trubisky, in my opinion. I would not have been, even though he's made the playoffs twice, and Ryan Fitzpatrick has not. I just would not have been a happy camper with Mitchell Trubisky, to be honest with you. Maybe a 1-year deal with Mitch, but personally, before free agency, I wanted to sign Marcus Mariota. That was my go-to ideal guy, but the Raiders, I don't know what they're doing. They didn't release him, so we didn't end up with him. We didn't have to trade any draft picks, so didn't have to give up any draft capital. So that was good news too. So there's some pros and some cons to the move. At first, it felt like a John Beck signing or a Rex Grossman signing or a Danny Werfel, Case Keenum type of signing. That's really what it initially felt like. But when you think about it, Fitzpatrick has played pretty well the last 2 years. And I think this is the best he's been in his career. Like he said, he's got the most calls and most interest that he got. That's what he said in his press conference. And he's a funny guy. He's a likable guy. I think he's a good guy. He's a smart guy. Went to Harvard, so he should be able to learn the offense pretty quickly. So we'll see. I mean, he said, his kids played Madden. That's how he learned about the players and stuff like that. So he has 7 kids. But we'll see. I personally, I do like Fitzpatrick. I like watching him on other teams. I did not want him personally on my team or on the Washington football team as a starter and being the solution to the answer. But he's a stopgap quarterback. That's what he is. We still might even draft a quarterback. So personally, I give that move a B. Moving on to William Jackson. So hopefully after one of the games, we can see Fitzmagic dress up with the glasses and the coat and something like that. After the game, how he was kind of showboating at the games that he wanted to have some fun. So hopefully we can see that from him after we beat Dallas one of these games. So moving on to William Jackson III, man, how he got a 3-year, $40.5 million deal, $6.65 million cap hit. So it's not bad at all. It's a pretty darn good deal. 6 foot 195 pounds, 28 years old. I know he's a little bit older than what we really wanted. Top 5 man coverage corner, has elite speed with a 4.3 40-yard dash. Long arms, has mainly been a press man coverage corner. He's real physical, real competitive. He's a nasty guy, very competitive, man. He will jam you and get up in the other wide receivers, get up in their face and play hard. I mean, he is he plays like a number 1 quarter, and we paid him cornerback 2 money. So I like the move, and he's an upgrade over Ronald Darby. Personally, I like Ronald Darby a lot. Would I paid him $10 million? Yeah, I would have paid Ronald Darby $10 million. I thought Ronald Darby played exceptionally well last year. Now, I know he got burnt in that playoff game, had a rougher game against Dallas, but for the most part, he was pretty solid, led the league in pass breakups. But William Jackson wasn't too far behind. He had 11 pass breakups last year. He doesn't get a lot of interceptions, so that's the knock on William Jackson. But when you're not targeted a lot because he was so good in coverage, quarterbacks just stopped going his way. And honestly, you look at the Bengals, their pass rush was the bottom 5 pass rush. So you look at William Jackson, you put him behind our defensive line or our defensive front, and it's going to make his job a lot easier. Now, our defensive front definitely made Ronald Darby's job easier. I'm not going to take anything away from Ronald Darby, but imagine William Jackson, who's better than Ronald Darby, who's an upgrade over Ronald Darby, behind our defensive line or our defensive front. So I'm excited to see him, former first-round pick. He's been pretty durable over the last couple of years. 2017 was his best season. He shut down Kenny Galladay. Kenny Galladay only had 4 catches for 28 yards against him. So that is going to be his matchup. He's going to be matched up against the best corners on every team. We do play a lot of zone, but he can play zone too. Ronald Darby was a man coverage. He had to move over here and under Jack Del Rio. So I'm excited to see what William Jackson can do. He definitely should be an upgrade for us. I can't wait for him to play in the burgundy and gold. So I like him a lot. I give that grade. I gave it an A. I mean, I can't really hate on the move. Honestly, he was the best corner on the free agent market. Not a lot of corners on this market, but I can't really hate on the move. I think it's a good move. The only comparison you really can compare it to is keeping Ronald Darby. But he's better than Ronald Darby. So maybe because they could have went after Shaq Griffin or Patrick Peterson's old. So comparing to the other free agent corners, I thought this was a good move. I thought it was a move that it definitely was I think it was a good move. I don't think it had to be made, but it was a good move to make. Personally, I wouldn't have been mad if they would have stayed with Ronald Darby. But if you want to get this defense better and upgrade, then you got to shoot for the fences, and we got William Jackson. I did not think he was on our radar. I didn't get to watch a lot of Bengals games last year because they were a bad team, and they just don't show the Bengals game in my area in the DMV, to be honest with you. So I did have to look this guy up and watch some film on him. He's with guys stride for stride. Played really, really well against us when he played against Terry McLaurin. He was with Terry McLaurin hip to hip, stride for stride. Terry McLaurin did get him on one play, but it was a battle. It was definitely a battle. Played well in some good games. He shut down Antonio Brown a couple years ago. So I'm excited to see him play. Long, rangy guy, and we're going to need a top corner against some of these NFC East receivers. So the NFC East did get better with the receiving cores. A lot, except for the Eagles. Everybody else got better, including us. So last guy is Curtis Samuel. You guys know how I felt about that grade. I love that grade. That was my favorite signing out of all of them. We just needed another wide receiver. We didn't need a number 1 receiver. So, Kenny Galladay, we didn't have to pay $18 million to get him. We did a 3-year, $34.5 million deal with Curtis Samuel, which is a really, really good deal, an affordable deal, especially for a wide receiver number 2. He can play slot, he can play outside, he can play running back, he can do it all. He's very versatile. Played with Terry McLaurin at Ohio State. You know how they told us in the dorms. They were just talking about, oh man, we're gonna be in the NFL one day, and it comes and it happens. So that's crazy, man. The Ohio State connection Carolina Panther, all that good stuff. Played with Ron Turner. I mean, what's his name? Scott Turner, Ron Rivera, Marty Herney. All the history. You know, I think he played with Chase Young too, I think, as well. And, you know, just a Ohio State connection. So I like it a lot. He's going to open up this offense. Now, the cons, I guess if there's any cons, you got to know how to use this guy. If we don't get him in space, if Scott Turner's not creative with Curtis Samuel, then we won't see the best play out of him. We won't get the best of his ability, you know. So we really got to put him in space and use him. Personally, I don't think he's a gadget guy. Everybody's saying, oh, he's Tavon Austin, he's a gadget guy. I think that's super, super disrespectful. He's already had better numbers than Tavon Austin already in his short career. So I'm happy about Curtis Samuel a lot. 4.31 40-yard dash. Goodness gracious. Terry McLaurin, 4.35 40-yard dash. Antonio Gibson, 4.39 40-yard dash. So speed, and speed. Like I said, I call them the Flash brothers, the Flash bros. You know, so I'm excited to see this offense, open up this offense, throw the ball downfield. Fitzmagic, he's going to get the ball downfield. And Curtis Samuel was one of the better wide receivers on third down. He was a security blanket for Teddy Bridgewater, played his butt off on third down. So he's going to be an easy guy to get the ball to over the middle, shallow crosses, screen passes, slants, dig routes, all kinds of stuff. So he's really going to help us out on third down. Ryan Fitzmagic was really, really good on third down as well last year. So I'm excited for that. And Curtis Samuel had a 77% catch rate, which was the best. 77% catch rate on 20-plus yard passes down the field. So he's a great deep threat. You saw what he did to us with the pick. He gave Jeremy Reeves a piggyback ride. So I'm just excited once again to see this offense open up. I think we just need one more wide receiver. One more. And I like Kelvin Harmon. I like Cam Sims. I like those guys. I like Gandy Golden too. We just got to see more from them. But if we want more talent and more sure things, more proven guys, I think we need to bring in one more guy. Probably through the draft in the first 3 rounds, not in the 4th, 5th round. In the first 3 rounds, we need to find a guy. Terrace Marshall, Rashad Bateman, one of those guys. It could be Elijah Moore out of Mississippi. One of those guys. I like all of those guys. Armand St. Brown. Preferably, I'd rather have Rashad Bateman or Terrace Marshall. Those are the 2 guys that I'm targeting, in my opinion, that would really upgrade this offense. But Curtis, he's gonna add a different dynamic, running the ball out of the backfield, jet sweeps, all kinds of things. So I'm excited to see him play in the burgundy or gold once again. Number 10, who's gonna have number 10? Is it gonna be AGG or is it going to be Curtis Samuel? Who knows? So, but yeah, I mean, last year Curtis Samuel stepped up big when Christian McCaffrey got hurt. He averaged 4 yards per carry. He averages 6 yards per carry as a running back. So him and Antonio Gibson in the backfield, you just switch these guys out. Antonio Gibson played wide receiver too, so you can pick your poison. You know, position flexibility and versatility. I love it. So Curtis got an A+, William Jackson got an A, and Fitzmagic got a B-. So all those grades together, I think it equals out to like an A or A-. So I really give this free agency grade at least an A. I give it an A off all these picks. You know, you look at last year, we made a lot of depth signings. J.D. McKissick, Ronald Darby, Logan Thomas. We signed a lot of guys on 1-year deals that didn't have big names. This year, we didn't do too much big names, but I mean, the 3 guys are pretty big name guys, but you know, we didn't overpay anybody. So that's why I like this a lot. I thought the William Jackson deal was an affordable deal. Curtis Samuel deal was a good deal as well. Ryan Fitzmagic deal was not a bad deal either. You know, Andy Dalton got $10 million as well. So you look at the other quarterbacks, Marcus Mariota, he's on a 2-year deal and he's getting paid like $10 million a year or something like that. So you look at Fitzmagic's numbers on the contract, all the contracts were good. I think the only bad thing was not bringing back Nick Sundberg at the long snapper. But, you know, to complain about a long snapper, I mean, it is important, but it is what it is. And we did not sign a tight end number 2, which I'm not really mad at. I'm not going to ding the grade because of that. A lot of people wanted Hunter Henry. A lot of people wanted John Smith. A lot of people wanted those guys. But in my opinion, I thought those moves were kind of pipe dreams. And I think Logan Thomas is a number 1 tight end. I really do. I think he's a number 1 tight end. I just think we should draft a tight end. Hunter Long out of Boston College. The guy named Pat, I forgot how to pronounce his last name, out of Penn State. Brevin Jordan out of Miami. So I'm looking up some other tight ends in the draft, but preferably I'd rather draft a tight end than sign one of these tight ends out here, to be honest with you, too. So I don't blame them for not paying Hunter Henry or paying Jonnu Smith. Jonnu Smith, they probably could have picked him up. Gerald Everett out of the Rams, from the Rams, they probably could have got him, too. So I'm not mad that we didn't get another tight end, but I know a lot of people really were like, oh, we should have definitely signed another tight end, because you look at the tight ends behind Logan Thomas, and they have a lot of work to do. Thaddeus Moss is still on the roster, so who knows? We did re-sign David Sharp. death move. Lamar Miller, running back, death move, not a bad move. So those, I'm not really going to grade those moves, to be honest with you, honestly. But we did not pick up a linebacker in free agency as well. Rather draft a guy. So let's see if we can get Jabril Cox in the second round. If not, then go after one of the guys in the first round, like Zayvon Collins, JOK, Nick Bolton, one of those guys. So you guys, let me know what your grade is for free agency. It's only week 1, so we got a little ways to go. We might make some more depth signings later on this week. So you guys, let me know what you guys think. We did not sign a safety. We did miss out on Anthony Harris. He went to the Eagles for 1 year, $5 million. I thought that's a move that we probably could have made. So I don't want to really ding the free agency that much because we didn't pick him up. But that's somebody we definitely could have went after. So Trey Boston is still out there. We might sign him or get somebody in the draft. So all right, you guys, hail to the football team. I give this grade an A. Let me know what you guys think. Peace.